Now, if something keeps happening over and over for many, many years in a market, wouldn't knowing how to identify and use this phenomenon significantly benefit your trading success? The big hedge funds, they know all about this, but, as a small trader, you should too. And once you do, it's going to easily, change and increase your trading success. So what I like to try to do is incorporate as much as I can seasonality into my trading. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So you're always looking for some type of edge, and what I've found that really helps is to look at seasonality. So if you can find some seasonal statistics and they show a certain trend in the market, either up or down, then it's a really great thing to try to stay with that trend as much as you can, at least not fight it. So here's an example. Now this is a chart pattern, a continuation series for the S&P 500. And this statistically, this is all based on statistics going back over 15 years. So 14 out of the last 15 years, if you were seasonally to buy the S&P 500 right about the time frame we're in now, right about the April 14th, 15th into next week, into April 25th, this has been a winning seasonal pattern for the last 15 years. So, if you've done a futures contract, it's been averaging about, a little over $900 per contract. So it's just, you can see from this pattern here, 5 years, 15, 19 years back, it has a pretty good shift where it, sells off hard, coming down here to the middle of April. So last Thursday, we had that really hard sell down, that 1 day down. It was really hard. And then it tends to kind of bounce back for the next, week and a half into right into the 1st of May. So here's another shot of that. So you can see this is the 15-year overlay. It tends to pull back here, and then that's when it tends to seasonally have this push up. So what I like to do is when I find a seasonal trend, I want to be aware, mindful of that, and at least if I'm not ready to trade in the direction of that, at least I'm not going to go against it and say short it. So the next thing I want to do is look at, what do my cycle indicators show me? So let's take a look at that. So, I want to see what the direction of the seasonal trend is. Then I want to look to see where it is within a cycle. So what I'll come back to is I'll look at, the weekly time frame here on the left, the daily, and even break it down to the hourly. But what you can see here is that we did have that big sell-off that you saw in that earlier slide from the, that April time frame right here, so April 5th, all the way down, and we had that really big low last Thursday. And then we got a little bit of a pretty good bounce, on Monday of this week. And then, right now this is kind of an open close right at the same level. So uncertainty. But what this does by knowing the seasonal trend potentially is to push higher. It keeps you from getting maybe too overly aggressive to the short side and makes you aware that there is that possibility that the market can push higher. So it's just another trading tool to use and another thing to incorporate in your trading to give you that trading edge.